I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, it's May 16th, about 6:30 in the morning. The other day I had something to say about the 16th. I recorded a video on it because I wanted it on record. Well, I never expected this. It's a bad day for us, but I think it's even a worse day for Obama and his regime. I think it's about ready to come down and crash and burn. I got a few videos that I got from the blaze that I'm going to try to do real time. So just hang in there and have fun.
Ongoing matter and an ongoing matter about which I know nothing. I do not know. I don't know what has happened in this matter. I did not know. I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. I assume he was, but I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know what you all are going to ask. I did not know. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know what happened. That I don't know. I don't know why that didn't happen. I simply don't have a factual basis to answer that question. I don't know. Good question, and I'm not sure what the answer is. Don't remember that, no. I'm not sure. I don't remember when that happened. I'm not even sure I remember. And I'm just not sure. I'm not sure exactly when that happened. I think we're going to have to get into the investigation before I can answer that question more intelligently. That I'm not sure. I just don't know. Do you know that? I'm not aware that. I'm not sure about that. I have no knowledge that has ever occurred. I simply don't know. I just don't know when exactly all these events happened. I'm not exactly certain. I just don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look. I don't know. I was recused myself. I recused myself.
What day did you recuse yourself?
I'm not sure. I don't know exactly when. I'm not sure. Nothing immediately comes to my mind. I'm not aware of that. I just don't know what the statistics are. I'm unaware. I don't know what happened. I don't know exactly. I don't know the specific questions. I know.
Well, either you know or you don't know.
You cannot know what I know. That's all. This is both an ongoing matter and an ongoing...
How'd you like that? Just hang in there. There's more. Okay, this is going to be about the AP phone wiretaps that they did, but it's going to bring it to a whole new point. So, hope I got these in order. So, let's check it out. There's the IRS director that resigned yesterday, Stephen Miller.
10 o'clock news.
I will not tolerate this kind of behavior in any agency, but especially in the IRS.
A major shakeup in Washington tonight in the aftermath of an investigation that found the Internal Revenue Service improperly targeted conservative groups. Good evening, I'm Tricia McIntyre.
And I'm Vince Swan. President Obama says the acting commissioner of the IRS, Stephen Miller, has submitted his resignation.
The president also says that new safeguards be put in place to prevent reoccurrence of improper actions. The Obama administration has been under pressure since top IRS officials admitted that conservative groups were improperly singled out dating back to 2010 and through last year's election. An investigation by a Treasury Inspector General found that the IRS used inappropriate criteria that identified for review Tea Party and other conservative groups that were seeking tax-exempt status.
So this is a scandal that has centered around the IRS agents, specifically here in Cincinnati. And in a Fox 19 investigation, a Fox 19 exclusive tonight, despite the claims that this targeting of groups was the work of 2 Cincinnati agents, Fox 19 has learned that at least 4 local agents could be at the center of the scandal. But were they just following orders? Fox 19 has exclusively learned that as many as 4 people may be the first Cincinnati IRS employees to face disciplinary action and possibly even criminal charges for allegedly targeting Tea Party and Liberty groups applying for nonprofit status. Today, the IRS announced that it pinpointed 2 employees at the agency's Cincinnati office for being primarily responsible. Acting IRS Commissioner Stephen Miller resigned his position today. President Obama announced it Wednesday evening.
Today, Secretary Lew took the first step by requesting and accepting the resignation of the acting commissioner of the IRS. Because given the controversy surrounding this audit, it's important to institute new leadership that can help restore confidence going forward.
But prior to his resignation Wednesday, Stephen Miller called the 2 Cincinnati employees rogue and off the reservation, adding that they were overly aggressive in handling the requests from those conservative groups over the past 2 years. Miller also added that those 2 employees have already been disciplined by the agency. But despite the claim of just 2 employees being involved, Fox 19 has exclusively learned from 2 separate sources that there may be at least 4 Cincinnati employees who may be at the center of this thing. Those 4 employees, whose names we're choosing to withhold until we can confirm they are in fact at the center of the scandal, have each worked in the IRS Exempt Organizations Department, the same department that has admitted publicly to sending letters to Tea Party and conservative organizations. We've also confirmed those 4 Cincinnati employees made large requests of information from the Richmond, Virginia Tea Party in January of 2012, the Ohio Liberty Council in January of 2012, to Dan Backer, a Washington, D.C. based lawyer who helped 6 small conservative groups apply for 501c4 status in February of 2012, and contacting, among others, the Liberty Township Tea Party in March of 2012. One of Fox 19's 2 sources went on to say that these 4 claimed, quote, they simply did what their bosses ordered, end quote. And keep in mind, as we reported Tuesday, the report by the Office of Inspector General states senior IRS officials knew agents were targeting Tea Party groups as early as 2011. In fact, according to that report, Lois Lerner, who heads the IRS division that oversees those tax-exempt organizations, was told on June 29, 2011, that groups with Tea Party, Patriot, or 912 Project in their names were being flagged for additional and often burdensome scrutiny. And keep in mind, while the IRS is again pointing at those 2 rogue employees, the number of organizations that were singled out has swelled to nearly 500. That according to Republican Congressman Darrell Issa and Ohio's Jim Jordan. Fox News also reporting that at least 2 Cincinnati agents have been subpoenaed to testify before Congress on Monday.
The Craftsman Easy Lawnmower. It has easy button and smooth start.
Well, here comes another one. Hang in there. This is a kicker. It goes from beyond tapping the phones of AP reporters and the Tea Party, but now they were tapping the House of Representatives, mainly the Republican branch. So let's take a look here.
I don't trust the Department of Justice on this. Do you, Congressman Nunes?
No, I absolutely do not, especially after this wiretapping incident, essentially, of the House of Representatives. I don't think people are focusing on the right thing when they talk about going after the AP reporters. The big problem that I see is that they actually tapped right where I'm sitting right now.
Wait a minute. This is news to me.
From the House of Representatives.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So when they went after the AP reporters, right, went after all of their phone records, they went after the phone records, including right up here in the House gallery, right up from where I'm sitting right now. So you have a real separation of powers issue here that did this really rise to the level that you would have to get phone records that would most likely include members of Congress, because as you know, members
Wow.
talk to the press all the time.
I did not know that, and that is a stunner.
It's a separation of powers issue,
Sure.
and it's a freedom of press issue, and now you've got the IRS going after people. So these things are starting to cascade one upon the other, and you have the White House pretending like they're in the clouds, like it's not their issue.
What do you think about that? Huh? I'm going to try to find another one. So, let's try this. I'm going to end it here.
Ultimately, the buck stops with me. As president, I have a solemn responsibility to protect our nation and our people. And when the system fails, it is my responsibility.
Okay, you're gonna hear more of that bull crap coming up in just a few minutes. The president's going to speak, and he's going to say the buck stops with me. I have to take responsibility. Okay, that's good and everything. It sounds great, and if you actually believed it, it would be good. But questions were being asked about the security failure at Benghazi, and how can this man take any responsibility because he's not there? Leon Panetta ran flag, said the president had nothing to do with it. This is the media red flag they should have caught. Watch this.
As to specifics about time, et cetera, no, he just left that up to us.
Did you have any further communications with him that night?
No.
Did you have any other further communications? Did he ever call you that night to say, how are things going? What's going on? Where's the consulate?
No, but we were aware that as we were getting information on what was taking place there, particularly when we got information that the ambassador, his life had been lost, we were aware that that information went to the White House.
Did you communicate with anyone else at the White House that night?
No.
That's my
No one else
Senator,
called you to
Kelly
say-
Ayotte.
Nobody called. They never called.
Don't believe
I
that
want you
she's
to
not
ask
for
yourself,
gun
honestly,
rights.
ask your friends,
She
common
is.
sense. Is that wise? Is that even possible? Ask your friends that. Obama is informed about the assault. He shows no interest. He never calls. No one from the White House ever calls. The military is in action. An ambassador is under siege. We have people fighting. He turns in for the night, and the president promised to get to the bottom of it. Seek justice for his fallen friend. And that appeased the media, and they were like, okay, he means it this time. We're going to keep investigators, looking at it, except he's kept investigators out of the crime scene for critical days. With the IRS, the president blamed low-level staffers in Cincinnati. He said he only became aware of the IRS abuse on Friday when he was watching the news. This is him. Watch.
Well, let me take the IRS situation first. I first learned about it from the same news reports that I think most people learned about this.
I want you to remember this at 6 o'clock. I heard it, I think, on Friday when everybody else heard it. I heard it from the news media. But on board Air Force One Monday, Jay Carney said the president was notified nearly 3 weeks ago, the week of April 22nd. He was pretty specific. Okay, he's telling us that he learned about it in the press. But let's ask this. Which is common sense? He learned about it in the press? Or at least 3 weeks ago? At least. He wants us to believe that an IRS under his White House, that's Treasury, had been abusing power for 3 years. The director knew about it. At the very latest, at least a year ago. They knew that we were asking questions. They knew we reported on it over a year ago. Investigations were started. And then big organizations started to gather for a lawsuit. And they never told the president of the United States anything at all about it? Nothing? Then the AP story. Eric Holder said yesterday, it's the most serious leak he has ever seen.
This was a very serious leak, and a very, very serious leak. I've been a prosecutor since 1976, and I have to say that this is among, if not the most serious, it is within the top 2 or 3.
Okay, let's just think about this. This is one of the top 2 or 3 most dangerous serious leak in the history of the United States. So, he doesn't tell the president? He doesn't tell him because the president says he didn't know about it. He takes the unprecedented action in illegally tapping phones of the AP, and the president wasn't notified? Oh my gosh. Can I ask a question? Is there anything this president does know? He pleads ignorance, passes the buck to the Pentagon, the State Department, the Treasury, the IRS, the CIA, the FBI, the DOJ. You notice that there's one place left off of that list, and that's the White House. The buck never manages to stop there. It's perfect at the White House, yet everybody he appoints, there's a problem there, a serious problem. Hillary Clinton said, it's 3 a.m. Who do you want answering the phone? Can I ask a question? Does anybody in the White House, does Obama even have a phone? Because he doesn't ever seem to answer it. He doesn't seem to know anything. He's never available for a call. I don't know if those big, huge ears of his even work. I don't know if he can hear. What does he know? And if he didn't know any of those things, the guy should be fired for incompetence. He's on the golf course too much.
As president, I have a solemn responsibility to protect our nation and our people. And when the system fails, it is my responsibility. A solemn responsibility to protect our nation and our people. And when the system fails...
Okay, guys. Those are 4 videos that came out this morning. There's a lot here. There's too much. I hope you're as mad as I am. I am so fucking mad. I'm shaken. I've watched these videos at least 3 times a piece, and I still haven't got my head around it. You have to watch them more than once. The word impeachment, it is time to bring it up and bring it up for real. This guy has to go. Him and Biden. Whoever gets there in there after that, we can handle them. So that's it. I'll probably make another one today as I find out more. So this old Marine, he's gone.